How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the Nat Automotive channel, and in today's video we are going to have some fun with my go-kart here, and by we I mean me and my buddy Matt. He's gonna come over, he's bringing his truck so we can load the go-kart up into the truck, take it to a closed road, put some cones down, and have some fun setting up our own autocross course and racing this thing around. So stay tuned. Now, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. If you like what you see in this video, definitely consider subscribing and checking out the other videos on my channel as well. I have a whole build playlist where I built my go-kart from the very beginning to where it is now. So definitely consider that if you like the go-kart here on the channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support on the channel and on these videos. I genuinely appreciate it. You guys are awesome and I love doing these videos for you guys. But yeah, so to continue the topic of today's video, Matt is a good friend of mine who's helped me out so much throughout the course of having this go-kart and building it. He's gonna come by with his truck here. He's got a Silverado, a really sweet Silverado actually. And we're gonna load it up in the back and take it out and have some fun ripping it up on a place that's a little bit more open. You don't have to worry about neighbors and other cars in the area, and we'll have some cones set up so we can do like a mini autocross, like time trial course. But before he gets here, I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping the go-kart to be driven harshly, I should say. Making sure all of the lug nuts are torqued down right. We'll have to check and make sure the fuel, we'll get enough fuel, probably have to stop and get some, and just make sure everything looks snug and nothing's loose that will come flying off while we're pushing this thing really hard. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the go-kart. Quick intro for anyone who's never seen it before and a little backstory behind it. So a quick intro for those who have never seen my go-kart before. This is my homemade, custom-built shifter kart style street kart. It is not a shifter kart in that it doesn't have like a shiftable transmission with a clutch. That is something I would love to do in the future. It does have a Predator 212cc from Harbor Freight with a torque converter from Go Power Sports and a few other modifications as well. But yeah, so this is the go-kart. I built it completely from scratch, completely from the ground up, starting with the frame and everything. All started it on AutoCAD, and it's just been an awesome project. I started it in the winter of 2014, and it took me about 2 years to kind of get it to the final good running point. But it's kind of a project that kind of continuously keeps going with new ideas and new things that pop up here and there. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, I gotta fill all the tires. This one's low, you might be able to see it slowly leaks air. So I gotta fill up all the tires, might top off the brake fluid in the master cylinder, and then just make sure all of the bolts that, you know, for the safety components, like where the lugs plug into the hubs and everything, are all tightened down. I'm also going to remove this wing section. This is a more recent project that I've taken on with the go-kart, is adding this rear wing on here. And you might have seen my video where I kind of discussed some of the current issues with it. So for now, that's kind of an ongoing project, but it's in the middle of like renovation, so it's not really suitable to be on there while we're racing this thing. So it comes off with just 4 bolts real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack this thing up, take that off, and start prepping the go-kart before Matt gets here. Alrighty, so the rear wing section is now removed. It looks so funky with the tailpipe just sticking so far behind it. I think what I might do is I have another part that I'm gonna order for the engine here. It's a really cool part that Go Powersports just got in stock. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but I'm probably gonna get one of those soon for this engine. And while I'm at it, I'll probably get a header that is shaped, because this is a header I think designed for a mini bike, because you know the engine in a mini bike is right below it, so it goes out in between the frame. So I think instead I'm gonna get a header that comes out and then kind of goes down at an angle. I hope they have one that goes this way, because if they have one that goes this way, I don't know how I feel about that, because you don't want the hot exhaust gas near the intake there. So I'm gonna try to find one that goes out and then down this way and clears the torque converter and everything. But for now, for today, we'll just deal with this awkward looking exhaust sticking so far out the back. But that'll probably be my exhaust for like when I get the wing put back on and it fits a little bit better, because it works perfectly with the exhaust going right through the middle of the wing structure. And one thing I noticed when I took the wing off here is the bottom seems like it's coated in oil. So yeah, that smells like motor oil. So I think the engine is slowly leaking a little bit of oil, and I think that has to do with when I took the governor out, I think the crankcase cover in certain areas didn't seal properly. So I might have to order one of those crankcase cover gaskets.
I found this on the web for years, just that it's sealed properly. Take a look.
So Siri just decided to randomly talk to me there. But yeah, so I think I'm going to order one of those crankcase cover gaskets when I get the new exhaust and the other part for the engine here, which is a new part. I think it's really cool. It'll kind of, doesn't really add performance, but it's a cool feature to have on the engine. So got that taken off, so now I just got to put those 4 bolts back on in reverse order, fill up the tires with gas, not gas, fill up the tires with air. I mean, I guess it's kind of a gas. And then just kind of go through and make sure all the lugs are tight on each wheel, and you know, all the pedal assembly stuff is tight and good to go. And then by then Matt should be here and we could load this thing up and get it on its way to the little mini autocross track. And look who's here. On camera and everything. Look at this guy. Beautiful truck. Some of you might remember Matt. He has helped quite a bit throughout the process of this whole go-kart build and everything, and he was the one that helped me get the cart to the car show where I unveiled it to like the public the first time. So he's so kind enough to bring his truck by and load it up in the back here. So he's taking off the side pods right now because the way the bed is, there's the wheel arches or the wheel wells in the bed. The side pods won't clear that. So we're just gonna take those off. It's 6 bolts, 3 for each one. So it should go pretty fast with the drill, and then we'll put them back on when we get there. And then I'm tightening everything up with the axle and then checking the lugs. Alright, finally got the side pods taken off, everything tightened up, air's filled, gosh, I can't say that right, tires filled with air, and now we're just going to load up this little toolbox here with all the tools we'll need, and then we'll be on our way. This makes it really awkward, but we'll do it. Right, 1, 2. No, reset. I gotta be on the side, like this is gonna go like, ready? 1, 2. Alright, after a few struggles there, we got the whole thing in. Turns out we actually had to take the front bumper off too to get it to fully close with the tailgate. But got woods chalking it so it won't roll back and forth. Filled it with gas, all the old gas I had, so now we can just go get some new gas. But we're good to go. So we're gonna head out to the spot and tear this thing up. Alright, so we got a gallon of gas filled up, top tier 91 Chevron with Techron on our way. Well, our plan kind of got squashed because that is now a construction site. This used to not be here. So we got to find a new place.